I just want to start off saying, if you want any answers to this, there isn't. Not until that one day that happened. That forever shadows the rest. You see, my job was basically a cartoon director who tells what cartoons are gonna have to air. I tell them what to do, and all seems pretty well. That isn't until I visit that one day. I was on my way to work when I all of a sudden see 4 police cars parked in front of the studio. I've asked what's going on. The cops replied, they found 3 dead bodies, brutally murdered. One of them hung. I was in shock to see that. I didn't even want to see in there. I lost my job because they shut the cartoon studio down. I was a little bit sad because I love working there, and now I had to find another job. On my way home, I receive a message from one of my friends. They replied with, "Dude, you have to come here. We found this abandoned mall." I know I don't want to be a total jerk to my friend, because friends have to stick together, so I replied, "Yes, I'll be there soon, pal." So I send the message. And he replied, "Meet me at the mall by 6 a.m. In the middle of the night? Really? What else have I got? So at the middle of the night, I ended up finding my friend, and we decided to snoop around and grab some stuff that got left behind during the mall. I noticed that this place smelled foul. Like something smells awful, like when you throw away a dead body and hide it inside of a garbage can. I get the feeling. That isn't until my friend started to call me. "Hey bro, come over here." I managed to go to him, and what I saw was one of my old cartoon drawings. It resembled a cat with a happy grin and silly movable arms that resembled noodles. I was confused, and I was like, what the hell is this doing here? I immediately felt silent for seeing that drawing of my cartoon. But then the silence broke of what I can just barely make it out, some like weird cartoony laugh. From that very moment, my heart began to beat, and when the laughing got closer, I didn't want to turn around. I didn't even want to turn around, but I had to see what in God's name was here. When I turned around, I saw this thing. His eyes were wide. His teeth covered in blood, as well as his gloves. He just stared into my soul. I wanted to warn my friend and not to look, because any sort of movements will cause him to attack. But before I could, "What's that noise?" he replied. And then all of a sudden, once he saw it, he began to scream, clearly seeing what I saw. From that point, The thing began lunging towards my friend. He replied with a loud laugh as he was enjoying the fear from my friend screaming. That was enough for me. That was enough for me to snap. Get away from him, you demon. I immediately grabbed a wooden plank and began hitting him. When I hit him in the leg, he was laughing as he was enjoying the pain. I immediately grabbed my friend and I told him, "Run! We have to run towards the exit." Just before we were about to hit the home stretch, the head sprout out of its body like a snake. He began tying me up as well as my friend. I tugged so hard to let the cartoon cat go, but he kept squeezing me tight. His mouth was opening wider than any creature, like a python about to swallow a whole rat. We were nearly at its mouth. I began tugging harder and harder and harder and harder until it loses grip. We immediately ran towards the exit. We've rushed all the way to the parking lot. We start up the car and we have to drive down the road. The thing was looking at us, looking at our direction. The last thing of this nightmarish hell, I would call it, is that the last time when we left, he began waving goodbye. There weren't many incidents like this. My friend had to be at a mental hospital because he kept screaming that he saw some cat from a cartoon that he just jumped in out of a television. From that very point, there are missing people reporting everywhere. Knowing that the real culprit behind it is no longer. But whatever kills me the most is that cat. That cartoon cat is still out there, waiting for me to come back until I died.